Joining me now is Democratic Senator Chris Coons of Delaware, who is a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, I don't think you have been briefed on this. I don't know. Have you been briefed on this yet?
Andrea, no, I've not had a detailed classified brief, but just from that brief conversation you just had, this is a chilling example of how aggressive Russian cyber activities have become. Deterrence has failed. After they took aggressive action to interfere in our 2016 election, after they've taken actions in a number of other countries, as Clint just detailed, we have failed to deter the Russians. We are only going to see Putin stop this kind of behavior when we stop him. And Democrats and Republicans and the incoming administration need to come together around a workable plan to deter further Russian aggression that interferes with our country and our systems.
At this point, isn't this an attack? How do you distinguish this from cyber war?
It's pretty hard to distinguish this from an act of aggression that rises to the level of an attack that qualifies as war. I don't know the details of this attack yet, but from all the open source reporting we're getting, including the summary you just heard, this is as destructive and broad scale an engagement with our military systems, our intelligence systems, as has happened in my lifetime.
And what should the president be doing? And what would a President Biden be doing right now?
Anything. President Trump should be doing anything. He should be speaking out about it. He should be calling Putin on the carpet and demanding a forceful response from the United States and all of our allies, and demanding a change in behavior by Putin. Instead, he's silent. And part of why Putin has felt comfortable taking riskier and more aggressive actions, targeted assassinations against dissidents or defectors, aggressive actions on the ground in Libya, in Syria, and most notably in Ukraine, and then his direct interference in our 2016 election, is because we have failed to deter him.
And what about Putin's comments today on this and on Navalny and his denials of all of his aggression?
Of course, he's going to deny that he had anything to do with this, but we rely on our intelligence services to give us a detailed analysis of incidents like this. I believe the Russians attacked our 2016 election, and we heard in testimony after testimony by Trump administration officials that happened, and we needed to take it seriously, and we needed to act to deter. We heard from Krebs, who testified to Congress, that our 2020 election was as secure from cyber intrusion as any in the modern age, and he was fired for telling that truth. We need an administration who calls it like it is and stands up to Russia. That will be the Biden administration starting January 20.
How seriously do you take President Trump's tweet today threatening to veto the Defense Authorization Act?
We never know exactly what President Trump is going to do, so I take that very seriously. We've just had conversations amongst my colleagues about the very real likelihood we will have to come back between Christmas and New Year's to override his veto. His justification for why he would override the most important national security bill that we pass every year doesn't rise to the level of a presidential justification for that strong of an action. He will almost certainly have that veto overridden. I hope he will reconsider that being his next to last or last action as president, vetoing the defense authorization bill and having his veto overridden on a bipartisan basis by Congress.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.